It is the 8th day of April 2025. Welcome to the Lord Aboga TV newspaper review. Straight to the point of the day, we are going to start with the Daily Nation, whereby the headline is Gachagua's Fight Back. Yesterday we saw the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was in a media engagement with KTN News. And former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was fighting back after President William Samoei Ruto accused him that he was requesting for a Kenya shillings 10 billion bribe for him to guarantee him the Mount Kenya region voting bloc come 2027. And you see, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua called President William Samoei Ruto as a master of deceit.
President William Ruto is a master of deceit. And he is very good at driving narratives to suit what he wants.
Because he comes up with the narrative and he amplifies the narrative so that people can believe it. And you can remember President William Samoei Ruto was in the Mount Kenya region tour, and he hosted the Madira Women Choir Group at Sagana State Lodge, and he had to give them Kenya shillings 8,000 each, attuned to 8 million Kenya shillings. And Rigathi Gachagua says that President William Samoei Ruto told the women that he was requesting for 10 billion Kenya shillings. That is one person. Why, instead of me giving the 10 billion to Rigathi Gachagua, I preferred that this money we distribute it to very many people. That's why I've called you women for breakfast, so that you can get a share of this money and each and everyone gets home happy.
On Thursday morning, he met Madira women dancers. There is a group of 1,000 women that I put together to dance for Uhuru Kenyatta, and then I handed them out to William Ruto. Most of them are friends of my late mother. Others are women who have educated their children from Form 1 up to university. My friends. Yeah. He met them and told them, huyu Rigathi wenu alikuwa anaitisha mimi bilioni 10. Na nikaona kuliko kule peke yake, nimfukuse hii pesa nigawe na nyinyi nyote. So leo mtakula hii pesa ningepatia Rigathi. Those women, he gave them each 8,000 shillings. That is 8 million shillings. And he gave another 2 million shillings towards the funeral of their charity who has died. And the women called me and said, this man is a liar, because we know you.
It was a very interesting one. Again, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua fired back to President William Samoei Ruto, accused him as the face behind M23 rebels in DRC Congo.
Again, you know he's also interfering with DRC, and I can confirm that he is creating problems in DRC through involvement with M23 because of his interest in gold business in the DRC. And as the chairman of the East African community, William Ruto can also have a problem with this region because he is an interested party because of commercial interest.
That was shocking to many of us. And he substantiated and saying that that is among the reasons as to why the Kenyan embassy in Kinshasa was attacked at the helm of M23 rebels' activities in the eastern DRC Congo.
And that is why you found that our embassy in Kinshasa was attacked by the people of that country, because of our involvement, in the internal affairs of that country, and involvement with the rebel movement against a legally established government. Right. So these are things that the president and I were disagreeing from time to time. Because I told him, again, people from foreign affairs came to see me. I went to see him. Again, he really told me off, and told me to keep off foreign affairs and leave it to him and the Minister for Foreign Affairs. I said, Mr. President, this has to do with the stability of our region.
Rigathi Gachagua also accused President William Samoei Ruto of financing the Sudan war.
President William Ruto called me again and told me to invite Hemeti again. And I told him, Mr. President, this is a butcher of women and children. And he is using our country, through your friendship, to bring gold from Sudan, clean it in Nairobi, take it to the Middle East, use the funds to buy arms to go and kill people in Sudan. I told him, Mr. President, I am a father. I am a Christian. Just the way we are killing our children here through abductions, I cannot be party to what is happening in the Sudan, and I cannot invite Hemet here because he's coming here to clean his gold here, sell it in the Middle East, buy arms, go and kill children. I said, I will not. He said, you must. You are my deputy. This guy is my friend. We are doing biashara. Do you know by him not coming here what I'm going to lose? I said, Mr. President, I'm not going to do it.
Rigathi Gachagua said that President William Samoei Ruto was accusing him of fighting small people. Rigathi Gachagua disputed that fact that Farouq Kibet is not a small person, and instead Farouq Kibet is a co-president. That Farouq Kibet gives instructions to Inspector General of Police, he gives instructions to ministers, and no one can go against anything that Farouq Kibet says.
Farouq Kibet is not a small man. He is a co-president in this country. Farouq Kibet runs the government. Everybody reports to him. The Inspector General of Police, the head of public service, cabinet ministers. William Ruto issues instructions to cabinet ministers through Farouq Kibet. Ministers tremble at his very sight. So, Farouq Kibet wanted to give instructions to Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua was elected by the people of Kenya alongside William Ruto. There is no way I would have allowed Farouq Kibet to give instructions to me.
Those were some very shocking revelations. And again, Rigathi Gachagua said that Kenya is now in a diplomatic row with Moscow and some other countries there in Asia. I'll remember right, because of Kosovo. Rigathi Gachagua said that the president of Kosovo and President William Samoei Ruto, they are conducting business in Mombasa, whereby they jointly own the Dolphin Hotel through proxies. That was a shocking revelation that you didn't know. And Rigathi Gachagua said that lawyer, that advocate called Adil, is just but a proxy, but the business is owned by Kosovo president and William Samoei Ruto.
In Mombasa, the Dolphin Hotel is a joint venture between President William Ruto and the president of Kosovo. And because of the president's commercial and selfish interests, we are now in trouble with Serbia. We are in trouble with Russia. I mean, this is not right, you know. And he really hated me for raising that matter.
Okay. It was a very interesting one, whereby I can remember sometimes back, Russia donated fertilizer to Kenyans, but instead President William Samoei Ruto gave the fertilizer to Devki. You know, Devki is his friend, and the fertilizer again was sold to Kenyans.
The Russian government gave us 40,000 metric tons of fertilizer.
The donation.
It was given to this man called Maisha Minerals by the president. And another 30,000 metric tons from Algeria given to the same man. They blended and sold it to government. A donation from Russia, a donation from Algeria was processed and sold to the Kenya government at the same price that we were buying fertilizer from,
instead of it being given for free. And I remember sometimes back, Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga raised that point that free fertilizers that were donated to Kenya were being sold again to Kenyans.
Tumeteremsha bei ya mbolea kutoka shilingi 6,000 kwa gunia, sasa imekuja 2,500. Hiyo mbolea wamepewa bure na serikali ya Urusi, wagawanye kwa wakulima bure. Alafu anakuja anauza kwa shilingi 2,500. Hiyo 2,500 naenda wapi? Wamepewa bure tani 34,000, wakaongeza mchanga ndani yake, imefika sasa 1,100. Alafu anakuja hapa anasema sasa mbolea nimerudisha bei chini.
And Rigathi Gachagua says that money William Ruto directly pocketed it. Again, Rigathi Gachagua said that President William Ruto was accusing him of not having media engagements to project government policies and government activities. But Rigathi Gachagua said that he couldn't continue any further projecting government activities after discovering that all government activities that President William Samoei Ruto had a hand in it, they were all scam. For instance, he said that the housing project that President William Ruto keeps on insisting on it, it is a project that is benefiting President William Samoei Ruto directly, whereby it is Devki. Devki is a business partner to President William Samoei Ruto, as alleged by Rigathi Gachagua. It is Devki that supplies cement and supplies metals to those affordable housing projects, whereby Rigathi Gachagua said he cannot engage in a project that is not for the benefit of Kenyans.
Wewe umesikia Rigathi akienda kutetea education model. The first one here nilikuwa naenda and there are clips until I realized the affordable housing is a fraud. It's a business venture between the president and Devki to sell cement, to sell steel, to sell mabati.
Lakini kusema ukweli, affordable housing, ukiweka affordable housing in a place like Busia, that is Funyula constituency, how is it of help to the people there? Because people there already have houses. How is it of help to people there? Now again, that makes someone to start having an inner thought that maybe Rigathi Gachagua might be having a point. Rigathi Gachagua says that President William Samoei Ruto cannot do business that doesn't benefit him directly. That is William Samoei Ruto for you. That is very serious. Daily Nation and the Standard headlines are some sort of the same, whereby the Standard headline is the bombshell. As you can see there on the top page is a photo of President William Samoei Ruto face off with Rigathi Gachagua. It was a very interesting one. I think we'll be giving you analysis as the day goes by. That was my time. This is the Lord Aboga TV newspaper review. For these and many more news, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Lord Aboga TV. Remember to press the notification button so that when we come up with these interesting news briefings, you should be the first people to see them. On Facebook, I'm at Lord Aboga. Thank you.